Hello everyone and welcome back to the Orc Champion Ladder Season 18 Highlights Guide. This is match 9 in the series. Match 7 we won through a concede. Match 8 was actually a loss to some chaos, and it was in a very similar vein to the Norse game where the armour collapsed and there was not an awful lot to see, so I didn't think you'd want to see two games of basically the same thing happening back to back. Here we're facing off against the human coach, and I do know that this human coach is a very solid coach, knows exactly what he's doing, so it should be a good tactical battle. And while we're waiting for the teams to set up, we'll just have a little bit of thinking about this matchup and how I approach it. So first of all, Orcs, we're playing the Orcs, and what are our advantages? We're better armoured, we are stronger, and looking at the two teams as they are now, we've got a slight guard advantage as we've got four players with guard, and he's only got two players with guard. One is his ogre, which is probably a very important player in this matchup, and one is the massively annoying blodge guard, because we're unlikely to knock it over, and I can't target it with a mighty blow piling on. So this one will be a good match. I've done the same thing as before. We tried to put the Black Orcs with block on the line of scrimmage because they're more resilient, they're less likely to fall over. And I've gone for the same shape here, which is I don't mind him pushing down a sideline and scoring really quickly because we can score with 4, 5, 6 turns. But what I don't want him to do is hold onto the ball for the entire half and then score on turn 8, because then we're probably playing for a draw unless we cause lots of attrition. Unlikely if he scored on turn 8, because the reason he scored on turn 8 is because he's going to control the drive. So this is the reason for this setup. Thinking about the human coach, oh, we lose a turn. That's probably okay for us. Although the touchback there, not okay for us. That means he can hand the ball to anyone he likes. Human coach, he's got a very annoying catcher, movement 8 of course, with blodge and sidestep. So we don't need tackle, that's going to be a pain in the ding dong to deal with. He's got a block accurate thrower, so he can throw the ball over 3 or 4 squares with a plus 1, so he's a 2+. This setup here, this block here, made me think that this coach initially wasn't as strong as he could have been, because he has left his most dangerous player kind of isolated away from the rest of his team, and maybe, and certainly if this hadn't been a knockdown, maybe we're going to get to do mighty blow piling on the same dude. The second thing he does here, which I'm not a fan of, is that not this block, is that the ball carrier doesn't stay central. I have watched the first couple of turns of this just to see what we were getting ourselves into, and he takes the ball carrier over here in a second, and the problem with that is that all of his fast players are in this corner here, so all 4 blitzers are there, and his fastest player, his catcher, is holding the ball. His thrower's not holding the ball, which is bizarre considering it's quite a good thrower, and you don't want to do the catcher to thrower, you want to do thrower to catcher. And so I thought that this was a bizarre choice. Here, for me, my first turn, stand up the troll, stand up this Black Orc, 2 dice on the ogre, pinning the ogre and probably taking a step forward if we get a knockdown. If we don't, I'll just push it over there anyway. And then blitz target for me is stun this dude up and blitz here. Pile on if we break armour, don't pile on if we don't. And that'll pretty much be the mantra of this first half. We can then screen this off over here, meaning that if he wants to run through, he's got to commit this guard player, which is there, and someone else. So he's only got 1, 2, 3 potentially players plus ball carrier, and we probably force a score on turn 3 or 4, or he's got to run backwards or in field to try and keep dragging us from side to side. So let's just see what we actually end up doing and see how it plays out. One other thing which as I say, I have just rewatched this, and I think that I'm going to call out as a mistake. I think I watched this is the last turn I watch. This double tagging here, this guy really should be here and overloading his tackle player, because by doing a 1-for-1 tag on 2 different players, I am encouraging him to swap back. I'm encouraging him to get those 2 knocks, and armor 9's not invulnerable, and it is possible that we'd lose someone, especially as we've just managed to gain a player there. Going down a player would be quite irritating. Orcs don't operate very well with a lot less players. So let's see that. Oh, I do actually do the old guard wall there. That's quite nice. We do get the knockdown on the ogre, and because we get the knockdown, I'm going to push it that way because I don't want him going over to my right. Strong points about this turn. We have got a nice guard wall there, and we've got all our Black Orks pretty much inside the central stripe, other than this guy's just a little bit out. And so if we have to commit our strong slow players, they can still get somewhere on the board. We're using the blitzers to go and plug holes rather than trying to use Black Orks. And I hadn't seen this, but this is me. You know, this is why you needed to overload this player, because he hadn't got any guard, so this wouldn't work if he hadn't got guard. And yep, sure enough, he swaps in field. Ball carrier comes back. Nice, good play from the human coach there. This would just be so much better if the ball was not on the was on his thrower and not his catcher. It would offer him an extra threat dimension. Because the thrower isn't going to throw the ball, or shouldn't be throwing the ball. Sorry, the catcher shouldn't be throwing the ball. And the Black Orc goes down. So, oh dear. Okay, so that was on me. That was on me. That is the danger of half basing, isn't it? You either go or you don't go. What you shouldn't do is go half. So, get the block there. Now these guys are probably going to need to trot back. We need to make the centre strong again. So if he wants to come around the top, he's got to come through us. And looking at this here, what would I do to blitz? Where is my blitz? So I know I piled on last turn, so I can't pile on with Mighty Blow piling on. I think the block, they take the troll, 1, 2, 3, 4, stand it there, and I think probably then do a blitz, just casually blitz here, for me, for position. We'll see what I actually end up doing. But we need to bring these two these blitzers over here. So we're going to drag these guys across. What it does do is it leaves us a little bit vulnerable. But again, because these two are, for me, maybe not the right way round, it is possible. What? Uh-oh. What craziness have I got planned? Uh-oh. What? I ain't blitzing that, because I know me, I'm not going to blitz. Oh god, what am I doing? So we're talking about tactics video. I think that was a what not to, really, rather than a what to. Don't blitz with a troll and don't make it go for it. That was, in the words of a streamer, a bold strategy. Okay. Well, I mean, no, I'm not even going to try and justify that. Was just not a good idea. Don't do that. Okay, so Mighty Blow on an unskilled Black Orc. The last time that happened, we got knocked out. Not this time. And we're going back. So turn 4 is almost going to be a carbon copy of turn 2, in as much as most of his players have gone over there. The ball will probably go over there as well. And this would just be so much more dangerous if the ball was on the thrower. Because what he wants to do is bring the ball just far enough over here that if the ball was here, let's say, he can move 8 squares diagonally in this direction, and I've got to respect that threat. Every time you put the ball against the sideline, 8 squares in this over diagonally over here, it's about there. It's about there, give or take. And that's not a danger. Look at where the blitzers are. Ooh, cheeky pow. So with the cheeky pow, I think you stand that up and you say, go on then, dare you. Another misplay. That's the second one in 2 turns with the troll. So we move someone away from the troll first. Honestly, rank amateur this Blood Bowl player. And so we had to stand the lineman in a completely stupid place. That lineman really should be here right now, putting extra threat on this blitzer. That looks to me, for all the world, like we're going to blitz this guy. Yes, we are. How many rerolls we got? I bet you I actually think about that. I don't just go flash reroll. We get an armor break. That's probably a... Oh, actually, it's probably not a boink, looking at this position. Let's just have a look at that for a second. So, yeah, I call these things straight away. But actually, is it an auto boink? Do we pile on here? So, pros, pile on. Well, we didn't... There aren't any. Negatives piling on. We didn't use Mighty Blow. We had to use Mighty Blow to get through, so he rolled 8 plus 1 for 9, breaks armour. So we're looking at an 8 plus on a 2d6. 42%. Now, I like the odds to be in my favour when playing Blood Bowl. And if I pile on, the guard blitzer is massively out of his depth. And then on top of that, if you pile on, you're limiting your actual blitz potential next turn. So now, for all those reasons, I'm out. This guy needs to stand here because his threat potential is coming down this way. What I do like about this turn, or I do like about that turn, let's go make the banner go away, is if we just look at the human position for a second. If only that was there, this would be really nice. Pinned, 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 pinned. Free player, free player, free player. So he's got 3 players he can do whatever he wants with. The rest of it, all the Orks are like little green wall being annoying. What I am concerned about here, just looking at this position, is that I always look for little blocks of 4, boxes if you will, to see what can be done. And I think he's got the potential to bounce this guy out. So he could come round here and blitz, bounce this guy out, don't follow up, and then you could actually have the catcher and 2 players over here. If you get lucky with your knockdowns, I might struggle to respond to that, which is a little bit worrisome on turn 5. But, I don't know, we'll see. So he goes for it. Lucky for me he doesn't get the knockdown. Oh, lucky for me he then doesn't get anything at all. Wow. And I think that then, I think we're seeing his plan B here. Again, if that ball was on a thrower. No. So he gets the knockdown, but critically now, 5 humans are in a little blob here, and that is a worry. Oh, casual 6+ when you need one on the blodger. Blodge guard, that's fine. And a 1 dice there. That, to be fair, is roll a 1 is the same as a skull, so that's a fail. Roll a 2 or a 3, that's a push and a push. Roll a 4, 5 or a 6 and you get a knockdown. The odds are massively in your favour when you've got a 1 dice with block. Especially if you're prepared to throw a reroll at it. This guy should stand here to prevent this guy from running this way, meaning that if you want to give him the ball, you've got to come down this channel. Okay, so this is the Mighty Blow piling on. Gets the armour break. If we've not used Mighty Blow on the armour, I will probably pile on. I think that flashes puts a 10 and a 1. 10 and a 2, sorry. Oh, cheeky bonus. That's the tackle. That's bothersome because we have got a dodge guard here. So I like that. That's nice. And the rest of this turn, for me, I'd play on autopilot. I know exactly how I'd play the rest of this turn out. That's a block there. That's a block there. That steps forward here. That's my blitz. And I stand a Black Orc there and a blitzer there. Why? Because it pins all these players and corrals them up. Don't activate the troll on the ogre. I know it's nice, but if you go stupid, you actually hand back centre of the board. And this guy needs to stand here. You could actually bring this guy and put him here, actually. Just to stop this guy dodging out and being an irritating little so-and-so. Okay, reasonable. He's got to cut back inside here, so it's turn 6. He's getting alright. Casual 1 dice, getting the power there. Fine, whatever. And again, he's having to cut inside. So turn 2, turn 4, turn 6. All identical in terms of he went over there, he went away. He went back over there, he's gone back away again. And what does this mean strategy wise? It means we've got to hold him out because we've only caused the 1 casualty. He had a bench, and if we don't hold him out, we are probably playing for a draw. Because he's obviously good enough that we won't turn him over, or he's not guaranteed we're going to turn him over. So that's alright. Emma the troll, she's on her own. And could you re-roll that? Turn 2 re-rolls, 3 turns. I think you can consider it for sure as your last action. I think you can consider that. One re-roll for your last 2 turns. You'd say that the pessimist in you might choose not to. Oh, he's done well breaking armor, hasn't he? Don't pile on because you've caused a removal. You've got 1 square left. There or there? There, probably. Okay. Now, I remember this, just one little odd bit from the game when I played it first time, that these guys, the two line orcs here needed to stand in these squares here, because these players can get over the top and be irritating and cancel out their assists, and you don't want this guy standing up from the floor and blitzing. So I think I end up standing there and there because I'm counting squares in the live game to try and stand over here. I couldn't remember a lot else about the game, but I can remember that. You can take that one die, that 2 dice there, fine. That's alright. So we have to respect that the catcher can only go and stand himself in scoring range, which he does. Notice how these two are now providing an assist, so next turn, one of them two is going to be free. So we can have 2 dice on the ball, we just haven't got a tackler. So we're going to have to rely on rolling a POW. Has this guy got any squares left? Eat! Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause, time out, this guy there. Why? Because then I've got to block from this angle, and it's easy to get out of. This guy has to be there. Being on the side, no, 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 no. And I didn't like that 1 dice blitz because the thrower could just be there. Thrower there, this guy here, that guy there. You're starting to form a bit of decent screen. Yeah, and that guy could come around the top. You are pushing your luck with the dice, but possible. Oh, Ogre Bonehead, that's unfortunate. With a loner fail as well. Not sure about that, but okay. And then that's going to move this guy. This guy's going to fall over. Fine. Now, quick, pause it. I've seen something. I've seen something. In my shapes. So, right. We take that. We get lucky. We get the POW. We get the knockdown. Pause. Time out, people. Time out. So, there is, of course, the casual 2 dice here. But there is also a very interesting shape on the board there. And what that shape actually is a T-shape. It's an incomplete T-shape, which is that T-shape there. This guy needs to stand there, and this guy can punch into the ogre, who's stupid, so it doesn't matter if we don't get the knockdown, pushing the bludger there, which means the bludger can go to stand there. Now, you don't need to do that, but what it does do is it stops the sidestep going in that square, and it makes the sidestep go backwards or there. And I like the idea of that. So let's see if I actually spot this. Okay. And it also just pushes him closer to the action. So we don't get the knockdown on the ogre, fine. But because it's Bonehead, we can do that anyway. Now, if it wasn't Bonehead, all that happens is this Black Orc blocks to get us out. So that's not the end of the world. Now we do the blitz. We've got 4 dice looking for a POW. So 33% with a reroll and another 33%. We get lucky, we get the POW straight away. Maybe shouldn't have followed that up, actually. Maybe. The danger was if it falls in that square. So probably wouldn't have followed that up, and then I've got my squares movement. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done. Oh, I'm not sure about that as a move. Andrew. So, I guess I know why I've done it. I've gone for the blocks. If I get the knockdown on the thrower is the annoying thing that goes and picks the ball up. And this Black Orc can get to there on 2 dice, tagging the ball, making it a 4+ pickup. Yeah, okay. Or you could be a little bit more bold and take this blitzer and try and take him. If the if the troll blocks, I could have gone over the top and picked it up. Not sure about my choices here. Not sure about my choices. Now, there is one other problem here. Little problemette, which I'm going to pause. Notice this guy. Looks completely tagged, right? Looks completely tagged. No, he's in a square. We've learnt about squares. Squares are something that you can resolve if you get knockdowns. So this thrower could blitz, dodge, block. Yeah, sorry, start again. The thrower could dodge, stand there, blitz. If you get lucky and knock down the bludger, you then push this guy here. So this guy's not marked at all. Dodge out, pick it up, dodge out again, hand it off. You've almost got nothing to lose. All it is you're just looking at 4s. If you don't work, you're just looking at 4s. So I think that's what I'd be looking at doing. I'm not convinced about this first because you're potentially burning a reroll. So he gets his 2 dice. He goes after my blodger. Doesn't get the knockdown. Does get the knockdown. Now we're in trouble. Now we are in trouble, people. Dodges out. Hasn't got a reroll now, so it's a 4+. Makes it. Dodges out. With dodge makes it. Hand off. Negative. Thank fuck for that. And I remember looking at this again. What have we got here? A nice T-shape. What does that mean? It means we can push into it. Blitz, push this guy against the edge. If this guy doesn't fall over or he chooses not to dodge, we can then surf it. So it's a guaranteed free surf, which is a straight injury roll. Seems like a good idea to me. And it'll also mean that we can have 3 dice on this catcher. We just tag this guy out, so it's 2 dice here. So that's injury roll. It's a knockout. I've no idea what his name is. We get to see the knockout not once but twice. So same knockout. 3 dice on the catcher. Dodge doing a job there. And then we're going to go after the blodge guard. Having used the blitz, there isn't an awful lot else on. Probably a troll hit, as I suspect we can engineer at least a 2 dice block. Don't think there's a 3 dice on the table. And there isn't, so there we go. And having used the reroll, it's probably not a good idea to hit the ogre on 1 dice. So, no. Okay, so half time. We've done a job. We get a knockout knocks out Black Orc back. Oh, he only gets 1 of his 3 back, so I suspect he's playing short-manned. And we've done half the job. That's good. That is important. Quick count up of players is 3, is 6, is 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's got 10, we've got 11. We're stronger. What do we need to focus on now? We need to focus on not giving away a cheap blitz and going in and having him score against the grain. It is important that we try and sort of stay together as a little compact unit, and then that extra player advantage can start to pay. So I think all 5 strong things across here, blitzes at the back, and then 1 guy shielding each flank. I think that's how I'd probably approach this now. Okay, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's very interesting watching you move players around, but no. So there we go, that's our setup. Ball has just been kicked and actually it's just gone there. Why the hell did I follow that up? Shouldn't have followed that up. Oh god. I shouldn't have done this either. So we've gone for Mighty Blow piling on blitz. I called him out for doing the same thing in the first half. We blitz. God. Don't do this at home, folks. Do not, under any circumstance, do that. Which is blitz for your most valuable player and leave him completely hung out to dry. And also don't drop the ball. So that was an awful turn. That's one of the worst turns I've streamed. Oh my god. Right. So what's wrong with that? Let's just get rid of the banner. So what is wrong with that? Why is that so bad? It's all my good with saying it was bad, but why? Well, 1, where's the blitz going to be? Well, his most dangerous player is there, and my most dangerous player is there. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realise that the thing to do is tag this guy out, blitz him out of the way, stick a load of assists in, and take a random unskilled lineman and foul my guy. If you get a swap, which is sending off for a KO or a casualty, you're massively up. That is massive amounts of value. I've given him a free hit on a guard player, which is also carrying value, and you can still resolve some of what's over here afterwards. That is a horrendous turn. The only thing that might stop him doing that is... No, he's just going to do that, isn't he? He's just going to do that. He gets the knockdown. You can probably bring the Mighty Blow back a little bit just to make it safer. Okay, that also works. So that's a +3 foul, so I'm now on a 7. Well, let's have a look. That's +4. Is he going to ring the catcher in as well, make it +5? Really do it properly. No, the catcher's going to go and threaten the ball, just in case we drop it again. Alright. Ogre provides the other guarded assist, so he gets 2 dice on a Black Orc. Luckily for me, doesn't get knocked down. And a free cheeky foul. All in all, I get lucky there because he rolls a 3. Thank God he didn't put the catcher in, otherwise that would have been straight through. I don't do that at home, folks. Don't do that at home. Oh my word. Oh, that's a big bonehead. That is a big bonehead. So the reason that's a big bonehead is because I could have put guard in here, and then we cancel these guys out, and I can stand this guy up and start thinking about where I'm going to do a blitz. By the bonehead going wrong, I can't do that, and he's at risk again. So he shouldn't be on the field actually, because he should have been fouled off the field, or he certainly should have been stunned. That is a big bonehead. We've also got to really consider what we're going to do with this guy. So bad positioning in the first turn is now, I'm paying for it positionally this turn because I've got to go and cover stuff which I shouldn't have to cover because this guy wrecked. He's massively out of the way. 2 dice, no block with Black Orc. It's brave. It's brave, Jim. Pick up the ball. Got to take it over there. You can't go anywhere near that because you can dodge out for free. Cheeky 1 dice. I've got block. I need this Black Orc back because I need to go and put him in one of these squares here so he can't dodge through. Yep. Now, for me, this is where I know, or I suspect I can see what the human coach is going to do. The human coach is going to go and fight over here. He's going to dig in and he's going to fight. When this happened, I remember this lineman could have blitzed this line orc. If you get the knockdown, you follow up, and then you can stick this sidestep and diving tackle against the ball carrier. And you can be a real annoying pain so-and-so. And because this guy's got dodge, he could also come and join the action. And I'm then in a little bit of trouble. That's what I'd do as the human coach. I'd go and put some pressure on the ball. I'm almost certain he's going to fight over here. Yep. No knockdown, that's good. No knockdown again, that's nice. I have got my killer being left hang out to dry. So he's knocked down, but this time at least he's not going to get a big foul on him. Because this guy's already moved. And he also has used the blitz, so this Black Orc is safe. And he's not going to get knocked over. Good move, pinning my Black Orc there, nice. Killer is safe. Dodges him out, and that's to try and mean that this guy's negated. I like this play from. Sorry, I like this positioning. I am just going to put. Oh, I need to be faster with the turn time and pauses. Well, there we go. Right, so the thrower's just moved a square. He's in that circle. Imagine the thrower's in that circle, ladies and gents. So ball needs to come over here somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably there. What I like about this is he's tagged me guard 1 for 1, which I'm not really very happy with. My killer is again for the 3rd turn isolated, so I've had 1 piling on out of him in 3 turns. So please take this as a lesson for don't use your killer in silly ways on turn 1 of a drive, because I'm paying for it massively now. He's got a blodge guard, so that's a rubbish blitz. That needs 2 assists. This guy's also pinned. It's just, this is a mess. This is horrible. That's a problem. That's a problem. If the ball goes there, that's bloody dangerous. And then all we're going to have is a cage here. This is This is me still paying for a bad decision on turn 1 of my drive. Uh-oh. I'm going to put a Black Orc there and do something silly here. Oh god. So if that had been a 4% fail rate there, we're in all manner of trouble because he can get into the ball carrier straight away. I don't often like to live dangerously, Jesus. That should have been stood up before throwing that block. If you're going to do that, you may as well stand that up. This now is the blitz, I suppose, to try and get me through. Makes sense. Guards here and here, maybe? Or a guard over here so I can throw 2 dice at the blodger. Maybe. Okay, don't follow, so that's tricksy to through, that's tricksy to do. This is alright. Dodge doing a thing, good play Dodge. Oh, smell a surf, I smell a surf. So 2 dice here, that's reasonable. And we're still struggling over here, Oh my word. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, that... Oh dear. I wondered how this played out in the second half. That is a... I want to mean this in a really nice way, and I'm talking subjectively. That is a bad move. And the reason that's a bad move is because I've got a Line Orc here. He goes and tags one of his 2 best players. Strength 5 guard versus Line Orc. The rest of my players can now go through over here and deal with stuff. That is a really bad trade from his perspective. He needs the Ogre to knock the Line Orc out, or at least stun it. If you don't put this catcher here, or put additional support in, I am going to tag that Ogre out, and then I am going to use my player advantage really powerfully. That Ogre is the fulcrum around which the human coach wants to sort of move. That Ogre needs to be over here fighting. No. No, no, no. Okay, 2 dice. My bow piling on, being okay. Black Orc getting knocked down. Thankfully for the armor break didn't happen there. That was important because otherwise that is a surf, because we come across here and just blitz that into the edge. So Black Orc stands up. Troll can now step, and if I put some more assists in here, we can actually really pin this guy. I am absolutely certain that is a pin. And maybe that's the blitz. I think that's probably the blitz here. Yep, nice easy pin. Don't let your best player or your big guy get marked out of the game for no reason. Top tip. Can't get the surf, so we're going to blitz with the most dangerous player. We punch it. Nothing. Does pin him though, and it also gives me control of the sidelines here. So if he gets up, he's in trouble. If he doesn't get up, I get free reign for go wherever I want next turn. Been a bit lucky knocking this blodger down. That's the 2nd or 3rd time we've knocked him over. Now I've done to him what he did to me. Oh my word, I need to be better at the timings. Okay, so Black Orc, an advantage. I've got an advantage there. I've got an advantage there. I've got an advantage here. Disadvantage, but actually tactically a massive advantage. I'm a player up, and this is also going in my favour. So all over the board now, I've set that turn up to go in my favour. And that should mean that over the next couple of turns we can start thinking about progressing. Ogre gets a hit, but doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. That Strength 5 guard isn't involved in the game. Relatively fortunate that wasn't a knockdown. Do you know, I brought some tea and unfortunately I think I've nearly drunk it all. Okay, so I'm almost certain I'm not going to let that go this turn. It's always worth considering at what point a surf's become not really valuable. And a serious piece of advice is probably in the last 2 to 3 turns. Poor positioning to get a surf becomes much less valuable, because this guy's got to get over here over the next, well, this turn really he's got to push forward. If not, next turn he has to push forward. So I'm leaving myself a lot to do. It's worth surfing this turn. It probably wouldn't be worth surfing next turn. So we can block there. We've got blocks, so this is alright. Shame about that square. I think I would have liked, in hindsight, to push him here and push this guy here, because then the troll could go there. Ooh, that's helpful. Okay, the reason that's helpful is because now this guy can actually stay there, and I can put the thrower there as the assist. So I'm now alright, because we free surf. So that gives me the extra player advantage. I'm now 2 players ahead. With a 2-player advantage and his best player pinned out of the game, probably alright here. Now this probably wouldn't have come about if, oh dear, 2 more, so that's 2 stuns and a 2-player advantage. If we don't leverage this now, yeah, well, bad things. Oh, and another POW. That is cheeky as. And you may as well hit this guy, because I'm alright with stepping up and just pinning him. There we go. And that's so he's in a world of trouble now. And he does choose actually this turn correctly to use the blitz. Say it ain't so. Rostifer is indeed fine. He just looked a bit dead. And there we go. All of a sudden, that suddenly makes that engagement possible. So good. Good on him. He's actually identified that he needs the ogre back in the fight. So good play. Now, this turn we can bring the thrower right forward because I've got such a player advantage. Not sure about this move. Is it in a blodger after all? Okay, so throw it all the way forward. Note that if we don't cut inside, I've tried to cut inside as much as possible there, what can happen is that we only have limited space to run into. Oh, knockout, that was nice. And what we can do here is now I can now trade this black orc, push here, and knock. If I get the knockdown, he's got to go in that square. Or this one, not that one. So same, he's pinned, and I've got my 2 black orcs back. Blitz here. How many rerolls we got? 2. Oh, we get the knockdown. That's fine. Don't think I can follow up that because I think I need to stand in that square there, and then this guy can step. So I can't rely on the thrower. Sorry, the thrower. The troll. That needs to go there. That just shores up that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all right. That's pinning out 3. That's fine. Leaves himself a scoring threat. Now that is leaving him massively short-handed. Old play. This is where you, as a human coach, you can base up because you are looking for just delaying tactics. So he is going to now base us up because we've only got 2 turns to be in scoring range. Emma throwing a pram at that catcher, and it's stunned as well. I think, is it stunned? It is. That's nice. Both down. That's annoying. We'll have to blitz it out of the way then. So we need to block there because I need to see what happens on this block. Got to go there. Got to follow up. Where are we going to build the cage? Probably putting someone in there. This can be a cage piece. This can be a cage piece. And we're okay. So this guy can stand here. Thrower goes there. In scoring range. Now this is a little bit naughty because I'm going to left myself a couple of go-for-its to get here. Ooh. Ooh, this is naughty. And then, for just added spice, knock over the blodger again. Good on you, Emma. Well played. Good girl. And that really should be that, unless he does something completely nonsensical. As in, full of nonsense. And computer says no. So we walk the ball in and score, and next question is, will he score a one-turn touchdown? Movement 8, sidestep, very possible. Very, very possible. Anyone interested in one-turn touchdowns, it is worth noting that I am actually currently putting together a one-turn touchdown guide where we talk about movement 8, movement 7, why the hell am I not scoring? What am I doing? This is... No. Okay, and so there will be a guide on one-turn touchdowns coming out in the very near future. But we're doing it properly, I'm doing it comprehensively. Sidestep, no sidestep, what sort of defences are out there, what the odds change when you do those sorts of defences, and the idea and tactics behind the offence as well. So, pretty comprehensive, really. Oh. So we've done well there. We get our one turn. Sorry, we get a we get a touchdown. We go for this spaced out setup, and then these guys will space out here. So we'll just let that. There we go. That's my standard anti one turn touchdown defence for Orks. This works even better if these guys have got stand firm. Not at this stage, they don't. Right. There we go. So, what's he trying to do? He's going to try and blitz with the ogre into this black orc, pushing it there. Following up, and then he's going to try and push here. I don't think this is possible. I think he's going to... I think he's left himself to... I just think there'll be too much to do. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, pouring rain. One of the best tabletop tournaments out there. There we go. He gets his push. The troll guarding here will be causing all sorts of trouble. So that's one push. Let's just select this guy and see how far he can run. So he needs 2 squares of movement. So he's got the first one. He hasn't got the second one, and it's the second one that will cause him the problem. Okay, so not a touchdown, not a turnover. Now, he wasn't going to get the pushes. Oh. But he was going to foul me, which was delightful of him. So thank you very much to whoever you were. Var. Thanks very much for that. But we win the game, and importantly, we push on in Champion Ladder, trying to chase down top spot in Orks. How did the game go overall? I think we did a solid job of defending in the first half, and I think our offence, apart from turn 1, which was abysmal, one of the worst turns ever, was alright in the second half. It took a while for me to gain traction back, and I think that is a lesson that if you guys are looking to try and improve your game, go back, have a look, and if you can, work out what went wrong. And I suspect that if you're honest with yourselves, a lot of the time you can probably find a mistake that you've made. It's not always the dice that screw you over. However, let's just have a quick look at lots of dice. So, how many blocks we throw? I threw 50, he threw 40. We broke armour lots, he broke armour not. but when he did break armor, he did cause a casualty and a KO. Casual KO, and we got a 5. All right, yeah, it's going all right. So that was match day 9. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like and subscribe. We, as always, can be found live on Twitch. We stream on Tuesday evenings from 7 PM UTC+1. We stream on Saturday mornings, typically from 10 AM till about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And we also stream on Sunday evenings, which is the big show. So if you do get a chance, please do come along to the Sunday evening show. And that is from about 4 or 5 o'clock UK time, depending on specifically what we've got on. Also, that is the show that we tend to have the showpiece games on, so the finals and the tournament stuff. So if you can, Sunday evening is the one. As always, I've been AndyDavo, you've been an audience member, and this has been brilliant. See you next time, folks.